everything we do is centered around sustainability. We don't believe that handouts work. And the center of sustainable practice is to get accountable and engaged communities.
The vision is that we have schools delivering decent education and that the whole system is driven by the community. We realise that it's essential that the community own the responsibility for education. Infrastructure, which always requires a lot of capital, we worked immediately with the Department of Education to try and get them to do the things that they should be doing for the schools, providing water, providing toilets, and we've been reasonably successful with those. In a couple of cases we built classroom blocks for certain schools, we put in water at one school, we're looking at putting in toilets at another school, because the needs are so urgent. School structures are necessary. You can't have a school without a school building, but the teacher training, the teacher upgrades is critical.
I love teaching, I have a passion for teaching, but actually I had turned into somebody who was just a bit lazy, but I was not really lazy. It was because I did not understand actually what I should be doing in a class.
When this new curriculum was introduced, nobody knew exactly what was expected of him or her to do.
It was just a great monster to us.
In terms of upgrading the school management, we've contracted with Inyankezi Yokuza Consulting, and that's Namusa and Japa.
They had attended lots of workshops conducted by the Department of Education, but the challenge was in the how to do it.
Training was only done for 5 days.
We're just fiddling around, knowing nothing, how and where to start.
And we did not actually understand what is it that we were supposed to do in our classrooms.
So our workshops then introduced an approach which made the teachers see how to do it. Just pass this on for me, please. My strategy was to get them to enjoy what we are doing, to get them to love the work. And I wanted to demonstrate professionalism to them. And I said to them, it's all about, first and foremost, love your work if you're a professional. And then if you say, I am going to do it, I am able, then you will be able.
Yes, the learner can do this, but at what level?
She's basically teaching the teachers how to teach. And that has been so successful that it's obviously an area where we need to spend more of our efforts, because that's going to have the biggest impact.
With the checklist, we said it's just like tick, 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 can do this, yes, can do that, no, can do that, yes, that's a checklist.
This program has really helped us a lot in showing us the path and the expectations of what we're expected to do.
One can say I'm a changed person, because now all what we have gained here, already we've started to implement it in our schools.
Our kids are benefiting from, of course, if teachers are presenting the lessons in a manner that they understand better, then it becomes even easier for the kids.
Now, I'm telling you the honest fact, we are going to make it.
So basically it's what we needed.
That must be seen in the good results in the schools. If I can achieve that, then I know that I shall have done justice to the people of this area.
The concept is that everybody has leadership capability within them.
In fact, I can't express what I've got in my heart and in my mind with regard to what I gained from the Heartlines Academy.
The academy was run in this area, and our schools one of our schools attended one of those sessions, and the value to that principal and to the children who attended has apparently been phenomenal.
Learners have got a sense of responsibility now. The life here at school has changed dramatically.
I was very happy because I saw myself as the best leader, as a leader of this country, as a leader of my school, and as a leader also in my community.
When we graduated there, I cried. Cried because it really touched me, and I couldn't really resist crying.
If we can build leadership into the school itself, so that people take responsibility for their own actions. They feel a sense of responsibility, and they have the leadership to do something about it. Then I think we're halfway towards moving the responsibility from outside agencies like ourselves into the hands of the people who actually have responsibility for doing it. The final area that we're still working on is teachers' subject-specific upgrades.
Suppose we had an interval distribution like that. But what we do is we train the teachers and we equip them with information enough for them to go into their classes.
We've been working with Delta, who've been providing environmental course upgrades to the teachers.
They just explain clear to us how to consider environment when we are teaching. And also we were doing recycle. So I went with them outside. We planned using that bowls come from the plastic. Then we also did the candle holders, funnels out of that rubbish. So I've used it a lot and it was interesting.
MIET have been in this business for 18 odd years, and they work very, very closely with the Department of Education. And by us partnering with them, we hope to derive a lot of that benefit by using their channels of communication.
And that way, whatever we do it in collaboration with the department, and it gets sustained. It's a concept that says that all along we have seen schools as merely centers of learning. But what we are saying is that learners can come to a school being hungry. You can't disregard the fact that this child actually comes from a family where the mother or the father is missing. So there are so many barriers to learning, and therefore we are promoting the concept that schools need to cater and care for these learners. Schools mustn't just be centers of learning, but they need to care for these learners. Working with DRF, they will be coming with maybe the infrastructure support, but will be coming with the training, building the capacity of the parents and communities to look after their children.
Meat is for us a very important key into the future. I think we're looking at a generational issue. Once we've worked with one generation, we should see some concrete results, and at the end of that period, that generation should be able to do its own thing.
There is hope. It's only that changing people's minds and attitudes, it's not an overnight thing. But if we have passionate people like the foundation itself, who have done so much and who are still prepared to support these people until they own the entire process, then there is hope.
And something I always remember David always used to say was that without hope, there's no future.
You can feel that the schools have developed a kind of internal enthusiasm because somebody is showing interest. Somebody seems to care about them. Somebody wants to help them. And so they start to bubble inside themselves.
They say miracles that don't happen, I say they do. And they are going to happen here.
Beautiful, eh?
I don't doubt that there is a future.
Life has changed. The world is different today than it was 20 years ago as a result of HIV and AIDS compounded with poverty. How many of you could imagine what your lives would be like if you hadn't had the benefit of a loving family? Most of our kids have lost their parents. Often they've lost a grandparent. And many of them have lost their carers, third time round. We have to respond to this. And schools are the most stable institutions that can provide this support. This is a catastrophe, ladies and gentlemen. It's something that we don't feel directly, but it is going to have a significant impact on our society and our economies. And I think we will feel it. But it's delightful to be able to see a picture of how we can change it. In partnership with MIT, you heard in the video that they've had 18 years of experience. They understand sustainability. They've learned the lessons of when you just give solutions to communities, no matter how much money you spend, when you withdraw, it collapses. They understand sustainability from the point of view of empowering and engaging the community and educating them. They understand sustainability from the point of view of making sure government take note of what you've done and change their policy so it has continuity and resource. They also understand how to get multi-sector cooperation from government departments, focused around schools as centers of care and learning.